We're now ready to plant our basil. Next phase of our pesto making process, our project. See, I've got the 3-inch pots lined up. We'll get the hydroton out here shortly, but ready to move on. Now if you look at these, look at the roots on that. That's amazing. So they're going in today, going into the system, to the hydroponic system. We're now in the next phase of our basil pesto project, and it's time to plant the basil in the garden. The seedlings have come along great, got real nice root growth, and they're ready to be outside under the sun. First thing I'm going to do is just water these guys one last time. Just get the tray wet out of the system itself. I'm doing this so that as I put them in, I want to know that they're fully watered, that those rock wool cubes are soaking wet. And they'll dry out over time. The roots will start to enter the system, dangle in the water, but at least for now we have a baseline. That's all you really need. Just that. The rock wool just absorbs the water real quick. We'll throw this right back in. We're ready to go. I am putting them in these 3-inch net pots. I have to figure out the depth, but I don't want them too far in, but I also don't want them sitting on the top, because their roots do need to be in the water. So that's probably pretty good right there. What I do want to do is cover these. You can see there is some algae on here. That happened the day I put them outside and watered them with the plant from my hydroponic system. There is some algae floating through the system, but that's fine. I don't apply chemicals. I don't try to reduce the algae. I do try to reduce the algae by proper feeding, cutting off light to the water. That's why I have that plastic thing there. There we go. First one down. Try to whip through these pretty quickly. Another nice big one. The roots on that guy. So nice. Just place them right on top like that. You do want to be careful with the roots. Don't want to damage them. Obviously that's their lifeline. The orange things here are clay pebbles or hydroton. Controversy on how you say that. I say hydroton, others say hydroton. I like these a lot. I've had them this same set or same bag of hydroton for at least 6 or 7 years. What I do is I use them once then I rotate them, I clean them. I used to throw them into the bucket in the pool, but now I actually fill up a tub with chlorine tablets and let them sit a few days. Kills all the algae, anything else on them. Then I let them dry out and I reuse them. I am a huge fan of the hydroton. The thing you have to do though is when you first get them, they are super dusty. So you have to wash them extensively. It's kind of a hassle. But like I say, I've had them for I don't even know how long, forever. And it's reusable. They provide a nice sturdy foundation. So as the larger plants will grow into them and anchor in, it keeps them upright. They are irregular, so they create pockets for the roots to go through, but they do not retain air at all. So they don't hold on to air at all. They also don't retain water, so it's critical that anything you plant into these, the roots have to be touching the water, because these will not retain water. But they do provide a real nice, sturdy growing medium. Kind of buried this guy a little bit, but I want to bury each cube, rockwool cube, under the surface. Because if I don't, you get a lot of algae growth. And algae growth leads to little bugs, and it's, you know, you just don't want it. So I'm going to whip through these and we'll come back. Alright, we're getting down to our last few. I think I've got 4 more left, but I'm gonna leave probably these last 6 in here I'll throw them back inside under the light, let them grow a little bit more. They're just not ready, they're not shooting their roots out, and they'll do better under the light. Use just a little more time. Overall, though, I think that'll give us 24 plants. I'm okay with that. Alright, we're down to our last one. And even this one's kind of pushing it, I guess. He's pretty small, but he has decent roots. Put him in today. Hold off on the others for now. Pretty good. Hide that rock wool sponge, or rock wool cube, and give him a couple solar panels as leaves to figure out how to catch some sun. Alright, so these guys are going to stick around. They're just a little too small. A few more days under the lights and I think they'll be good to go. So we're now at the point where we're going to start putting the basil into the garden. And it works out well. I've got 24 basil plants we're putting in. Each one of these holds 4, so there's 6 of them. Remember how small they are. We'll shoot some video again, obviously, but they're starting off pretty small, pretty well buried. Before putting them in, I did verify that all of these water tubes are working. Got the air off right now just so I can talk and not hear the buzzing of the air compressor. So you just place them in. I do like these lids. They're perfect for this, especially smaller plants. Gives you a chance to let them grow up a little bit before moving them, or just keeping them in here continuously. We're down to our last few. These just slide right in there. You can plant directly into these lids. I'm not a huge fan because you do lose some flexibility, but overall, yeah, we're good. We just planted 24 basil seedlings as part of our pesto making project. As you can see, they're very small, pretty well covered with the hydroton.
pretty excited. We're on our way to making a nice big batch of pesto.